We interrupt this transmission to bring you the following live broadcast.
How's everyone doing tonight? Woo! It's Wednesday. It's 6 o'clock somewhere. With Karina ready in her chair. And almost 10 whole people watching from home. Are you ready? I said, are you ready? It's time for the ThinkSoJoE Show!
Welcome to the ThinkSoJoE Show.
Hello.
I promise this week's audio podcast will go up prior to the, following week. Hey, Google, turn off Studio AC.
Oh.
It didn't hear me. Hey, Google, turn off Studio AC. Anyway. So,
He's getting mouthy again.
Yeah, I guess so. Anyway.
Yeah, so.
At least I'm not yelling at it and swearing at it like I normally do.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Right.
What's up? I haven't seen you in like 4 days.
I know. Pizza, management, raises, cookies. Yeah. How's the wrestling world?
In turmoil, but
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it interesting? Will I understand?
I've already kind of told you about it, the whole Ric Flair controversy that
the
happened.
Ric Flair thing.
Literally like the night after last week's show where
Yeah.
like all that came out and we've already known Ric Flair to be a whimsical old man who likes to not wear clothes, but
Right. Is that a whimsical trait, not wearing clothes?
Apparently so. But it was like, oh, that's just Rick being Rick. And then, on the Dark Side of the Ring episode last Thursday, it was like, no, he made me touch his genitals. Like, oh,
yeah.
that. I mean, like, the other stuff is problematic to begin with, but
Right.
that is just
There's
no,
like
Rick,
a line
no,
crossed
no.
somewhere before that.
And so, of course, also on that episode was Tommy Dreamer basically comparing people getting upset about Ric Flair's antics to, oh, well, some people might not like my haircut. And, that.
Really?
Yeah, that didn't sit well with a lot of people, myself included.
Yeah.
And that actually ties in locally.
Oh, God.
Okay. A couple of weeks ago, I think maybe during the first Bills game of the season or like before, somebody, one of the Bills fans had Tommy Dreamer put him through a table. Because, the Bills fans like to go through tables. Tommy Dreamer's the innovator of violence. So, that just, I guess, makes sense. What really pissed me off about that was the dude just got right back up and left. Like, just walked away like nothing happened. Like, dude, he just hit his finisher on you. At least fucking sell it. Anyway. Somebody, I guess that had something to do with, like the Bills, like the Bills Mafia Babes, like some kind of charity deal, something along. I don't know if that's the actual like name, but something like that, like the Bills Babes or Bills Mafia Babes or something like that. Okay. And they were apparently that all happened for charity, where Dreamer put the dude through the table or whatever. Okay, so some guy yesterday tries to say, oh, well, look at this. You should have done your background research, your background check and everything. This is the kind of person you're dealing with. I always do my research. Like, dude, this episode came out last Thursday. This charity thing they did happened last Sunday before this episode aired. As a non-Bills fan, but a wrestling fan, like, prior to last Thursday, everybody thought Tommy Dreamer was like just cool. Like, you never heard a bad word about the dude.
Okay.
And then this happened on Thursday. So like they had, if the wrestling community didn't know, like, that this quote was going to air as part of this episode, obviously these women who are putting together this charity thing that they're trying to do a nice thing, and get a guy who's got prior to that episode airing, had a sparkling reputation to do this. Like, obviously they didn't know. So I chimed in. I was like, dude, this aired last Thursday. This thing happened last Sunday. They obviously didn't know. And, the one woman who's involved in that, she thanked me. And I said, look, you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
Like, if we didn't know in the wrestling community that, he was going to say something like that, obviously you didn't know that,
right,
that he was going to say something that I'm sure does not align with your values or the values of the charity, the values of your organization. Like, I'm not the first person that's going to jump out and defend Bills fans, but I mean, like,
right.
Use some fucking common sense if you're going to try and trash somebody like that,
You know what that reminds me of?
Impact suspended him, as did Busted Open Radio. So he is currently on hiatus from 2 jobs.
Wow.
And I mean, he issued an apology. I don't know,
At least he acknowledged.
Yeah, he said
the problem.
Ric Flair issued a statement saying, "Hey, I've never forced myself on anyone." And anybody who says I have is wrong. Rob Van Dam, who in the episode said, "Oh yeah, I saw the whole thing," has released a statement saying, "I never said that. That was creative editing."
Oh wow.
So who knows? Yeah. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, that's not a good look. Like for anybody, that just made everybody look bad.
Yeah.
But then again, I've been watching another Dark Side show called Dark Side of the 90s. And I was watching an episode. Ric Flair's always drunk. So like, that wouldn't be a surprise. But anyway, like, I was watching Dark Side of the 90s, and they're talking about, there's an episode about talk shows in the 90s, Jerry Springer show. And they said, oh, and then the Columbine tragedy happened, and guess who got the blame? Jerry Springer. I'm like,
I don't remember it that way.
I'm like, when did Jerry Springer play Marilyn Manson in the 90s? Like, did Jerry Springer and Brian Warner switch places? Like, who was blaming Jerry Springer for the Columbine tragedy? Like,
I mean, I wouldn't blame Jerry Springer for anything, but I would say, like, definitely not that.
No.
Maybe, like, people being open about being trash.
Yeah, sure. But I mean, like, nobody, who blamed, I
don't remember it that way.
Kevin, you were around for all this. Do you remember anybody ever blaming Jerry Springer for Columbine? Because I sure as hell don't.
No.
And I'm not, and again, that's not like in defense of like Ric Flair or Tommy Dreamer or anything. You're saying that the producers are, lying or like telling a false narrative or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, with the statements that have come out since the episode, particularly Rob Van Dam saying that was creative editing, like, maybe take it with a grain of salt, but at the same time, like, no, yeah, it's absolutely, it's absolutely, and of course you can always go back and there was, apparently Jerry was derided right alongside Manson. I don't remember it that way, but okay, sure. If you remember it that way, then I will take your word for it. I do not, but, that was also 20 years ago. So,
right.
God, how was that 20 years ago? How was that 20 years ago? Somebody explain that to me. Anyway, so anyway.
Yeah. So at the pizza shop yesterday, some dude, and I say dude, like, he wasn't a peer of ours. He was like a peer of my mother's. Okay. Hi, Mom. I would say he was, of retirement age.
Sure.
He was wearing a T-shirt. So I'll even say he was a fat white man. He was wearing a T-shirt, and it said "No Man" on it, and it had like the female symbol with a circle with a slash through it.
You do know what that is, yes?
Wait.
Okay.
He had a Trump hat.
Oh, I don't want to be associated with that. Anyway.
And I realized that he was there to pick up his food, and I was so disappointed because I had already made his food. And I would have like put cheese on something that shouldn't have had cheese on it or something like that. I was just like, what is this real life?
Kevin clarifies he meant not for Columbine, just for the general downfall of society, Jerry Springer and Marilyn Manson.
Oh, yes, yes.
No, ma'am. The National Organization of Men Against Amazonian Masterhood. From Married with Children.
Oh. But still, is that real life? Like, how?
I don't agree with the Trump hat. And I guess I really don't agree with the no, ma'am. But I mean, like...
I do remember the no ma'am thing now.
But I would rock the no ma'am shirt because I was a huge fan of Married with Children, a show that would not fly today.
No.
It was a different time.
Yes.
Not defending the show, not saying that, it was right at that time either, but
Right.
But
at least it like made light of things that were more serious and brought them to the forefront, I mean, it did make fun of them, but it made people think about it.
I mean, and that was presented as a comedy. It wasn't presented as like, trash TV like
True.
Jerry Springer or anything like that. Anyway.
True. Yeah. So like, I didn't believe that was like a real human being standing in front of me.
Yeah, apparently it was.
Yeah. I would have like not put extra cheese. I'm sure he had a sub with extra cheese. I wouldn't have put extra cheese on it. That's how much pride I take in what I do.
Good.
Yeah.
Springer definitely had influence on the general fall of society.
Yeah.
Maybe Fox in general. So like The Simpsons and Married with Children at the same time.
But people didn't like openly blame The Simpsons, it seems.
No.
Like
they
got a pass.
Not really, because George Bush famously gave a speech saying America needed to be more like the Waltons and less like The Simpsons.
Oh, I guess you're right.
And to which the producers of the show wrote a letter to Barbara Bush in the character of Marge Simpson.
Oh, yeah.
Barbara Bush appreciated that. So
yeah, at least she's got a sense of humor. Fuck.
Anyway, but yeah, that's George Bush Sr.
Yes.
Anyway, but yes, society's definitely gone downhill around the time of Jerry Springer. And in the episode I was watching, they basically were like, and this all led to reality television. Like, oh, yeah, okay, definitely the downfall of society there.
Right.
Anyway.
Well, hey, anyway, I like your T-shirt.
Oh, me's first in the gimme gimmes here. You
Yeah.
bought this for me.
I did.
You did.
And you bought like everything else. I
paid for the hotel. I paid for the bus.
The
I paid for.
transportation. I bought garbage plates.
All 4 Ubers.
I bought garbage plates.
And then I almost dropped the money.
Yeah. So we went on a little vacation, guys.
We did.
We went to Rochester.
Mm-hmm.
We stayed at a Super 8.
Mm-hmm.
We saw Thick, Me First in the Gimme Gimmes, The Violent Femmes, and Flogging Molly.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a fantastic time. Other things that we saw included Steve Kelly.
Oh, Steve Kelly.
We also saw
We'll talk about Steve Kelly. Anyway.
Excuse me. As we like to play at concerts, we were looking for T-shirts that were out of place. So we saw some dude in a Selena T-shirt. That was pretty cool. I was excited because I've been on a Selena kick at work, and I don't think they know what to make of that. So that was cool, but I didn't really think that was out of place because, I don't know, it just seemed relevant in my life.
Sure.
But what else did we see? We saw a Grateful Dead T-shirt, which I feel like at a if Violent Femmes hadn't been playing, it would have been very out of place. But the Violent Femmes played. What else were some of the good ones we saw?
I liked the Dad Religion T-shirt.
The Dad Religion T-shirt.
I gotta get me one of those.
Oh, what?
But
we had a thread going where we were time we were didn't we see a Cannibal Corpse T-shirt?
You saw a Cannibal Corpse T-shirt.
I saw a Cannibal Corpse T-shirt and Flogging Molly.
And for a while, that was the front runner.
Uh-huh.
But then I spotted a guy in a 5-Finger Death Punch T-shirt, which is out of place literally anywhere.
Everywhere.
So,
yeah. Mm-hmm. So those were the most interesting T-shirts that we saw. We did see quite a few. I saw 2 dudes in help me out here. Super Tugger T-shirts.
Oh yeah.
I was excited about that.
Was it Super Tugger or was it somebody else?
It wasn't Super Tugger.
It was somebody else.
Something that started with an S.
I don't remember who. Soul Butchers.
Soul Butchers.
Yeah, you saw Soul Butchers T-shirts.
Yes, I saw. So I'm wondering if I saw 2 members of Soul Butchers or like 2 separate dudes who were wearing Soul Butchers T-shirts. Like, they were different T-shirts. I know they weren't the same dude.
What would I do if I saw someone in a ThinkSoJoE show T-shirt? Probably hide.
Because it's one of us.
Anyway.
Or if you're in Idaho, it's Jasmine. Jasmine, where the fuck are you? If you're not listening, you're grounded. And if you're listening, I hope you feel better. Jasmine's got a cold.
Poor girl's phone's trapped in a potato.
Oh, my God.
She probably hasn't seen your message.
She needs a special stylist to get to her screen through the potato.
Anyway. Yeah, that was... I think the 5-finger death punch shirt won.
Yeah, I think that... I mean, does it win or does it lose?
I mean, it wins for most out-of-place shirts.
But it loses
at life, yeah.
Yeah, so that was a really great show. Thick. I think they were good, maybe. It was a chick punk band, like Riot Girls, you know.
Yeah, sound was not good.
The sound, especially at that point in the night and where we were standing at that point in the night, it sounded bad. Like, bad. And then Me First and the Gimme Gimmes came on, and we were still standing in the same spot, generally. It didn't sound great, but it sounded better, like, at least on key. Like, maybe their monitors were better. And, like, they were more seasoned professionals, to be fair.
That's about the time we ran into Steve Kelly and had to listen to him rant about West Coast punk.
No, that was a little bit later.
No, it was during Me First and the Gimme Gimmes. Yeah.
He was bitching about Me First and the Gimme Gimmes.
He was.
He was like full on like, I fucking hate West Coast punk. I want to come on your show and talk about West Coast punk. And we were like, you should.
Just message us, dude.
Yeah,
then we didn't hear from him. Now we're playing his band on the show today.
Yeah.
But
and there's a reason that we're playing his band, because he gave us flyers. Mine's in my purse. But Saturday, there we go. Why don't you go ahead and share that info?
Saturday, September 25th, Radical Operations 10-year anniversary with special guests One Way Terror, Houston and the Dirty Rats, and Dick Biscuit at the Tudor Lounge, 335 Franklin Street, Buffalo, New York. Doors at 7 p.m., music at 8 p.m., $7, 21 plus. No punk time.
Oh.
That means they're going to be playing at 7 o'clock.
According to the clock. That's cool.
The All WNY Punk Show 2 weeks later at Tudor, that might be on punk time.
And, like, I don't know. Can you really say it's on punk time if you plan for it to be on punk time?
I don't know. I don't plan for it to be on punk time. I plan on everything going on time, but, like...
We're dealing with punks.
I don't really care. I'm just looking forward to playing.
I know you are. I'm
Actually,
really looking forward to you playing too.
Might need another band for that show. We had, unfortunately, a couple of bands drop. One replaced themselves.
Oh, I love it when they do shit like that.
Which was perfect. And then later in the day, I got the message that the other band is unable to perform.
So we need a punk band.
So we do need a punk band. I've got one band I've already reached out to. I haven't heard back from them yet. I'll shoot them a message at some point tonight and follow up, but we might need one more band. I'd like to get another band before this Saturday, because if I go to the Rad Ops show, then I can flyer people there.
Oh, yeah.
Which, trying to flyer for a Buffalo show makes more sense than a Buffalo show.
Than it does at Rochester, but I got to respect the hustle.
Oh, for sure. He was trying to hand everybody flyers.
Yeah, he was like, I wouldn't say he was making friends doing it, but he was definitely giving everybody flyers.
I would like to point out there's a picture of Steve and I where I'm holding a beer. Okay? That was not my beer. That was one of the many, many, many beers that Steve had at that time.
Was that the one that I gave him?
No.
No.
Later,
he just hands them off, and then, like, when they come back less full, he wonders what happened. And then next thing you know, Karina's drinking.
Karina buys four
beers. 2 were for me, and 1 was for Steve, and 1 was for his girlfriend. I fucking loved her, but I cannot remember her name.
Starts with an A. We know that much. Anyway, we definitely
Facebook stalked a little.
We did.
Yeah, that's what you do nowadays.
Yeah, I got. She tagged me in a post.
Yeah.
So anyway, you bought 4 beers and then we lost them. We couldn't find them. We saw like the entire Violent Femme set before we finally got back to them.
And 3 of those beers were gone by then.
I'm walking around with a beer like I'm not. Should I drink this? No, I don't want to drink this.
No, you should not.
Kevin says I hold your beer. You end up with less beer.
It's tax, right?
Yeah. So
I'm doing you a service.
So you were. You were like, I need to go to the bathroom. I'm like, oh great, you're gonna have to go like 17 million times now because you're breaking the seal.
I broke the seal, right?
Let me follow you over there, and I'll wait near you. And then I saw Steve when you went to the. I'm like, hey, here, this is for you.
Yep. Yep. But I was one of the few people in the bathroom going to the bathroom. There was no smoking patio. Like most venues respect that when you're drinking and having a good time, you might want a cigarette or a bowl or whatever. Well, there was like nowhere at the Armory. So everyone was like hiding in corners, hiding in stalls like it's high school, smoking cigarettes. It was like ridiculous. It was so funny to me. And then the security guards would come in and be like, hey, no smoking in the bathroom. Well, where can we smoke? You can't. I don't know. It flashed me back to high school. I remember trying to take a shit during an English quiz.
I had to go
and missing half the quiz.
I had to go stand in a dumpster with you so you could smoke at the hotel.
One story at a time. Yeah, so I did take an epic shit in high school, but I guess we're going to talk about the dumpster instead.
Okay.
Yeah, so there was construction going on at the hotel. And, like, not construction, remodeling. And there's a dumpster, like, it's not just a dumpster. It was, like, a big, like, hook up to a trailer truck dumpster. Sure. Okay? And it was mostly empty. There was a few, like, old carpet rolled up in there and like some construction pieces, like I don't know, nothing crazy, nothing dirty, whatever. They left the door open. What was I supposed to do? I had to smoke weed somewhere. Joe said I couldn't do it in the room.
I'm sitting there trying to do a voiceover at like 1 a.m.
Oops.
I asked him for it early. He sent it to me like an hour early.
Yeah.
And then the other one was still later than like I mean I was still done by like 2. But I went down to the front desk and I'm like, hey, listen, I'm a voice actor, and I promised somebody I would do a job for them. Is there anywhere quiet I can go where I'm not going to bother any other guests? And she points at the breakfast room. I'm like, just the breakfast room? She says, yeah, I mean, you could do it out in the lobby, but you're going to hear me in the background. I'm like, I'm going to hear you in the background in the breakfast room anyway. Like, okay, I'll try to do it quiet. She said, well, you know, if you're too loud and they say you're talking too loud, you'll get a knock on the door from me. Like, I understand. Like, I just figured I'd ask. She's like, I appreciate you asking instead of just doing it. Like, you know.
Kevin says you have an interesting definition of vacation. I thought so too. Working on vacation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I just doing one job, and I'm sitting there, and I've got my little Zoom recorder, and I'm just like, you know, here's your wrestling news for September 19th, 2021, you know, or whatever the date, you know, whatever the date was. Yeah. And, like, knowing that, okay, this is going to sound like shit. Mm-hmm. Especially because the room had, like, no carpeting, nothing on the walls. No. Like, it was literally, it was a box. So sound is going to go all over the place. And I forgot that I wanted to put the pillow behind the microphone.
I wouldn't have given you a pillow anyway.
No, you probably wouldn't have. Like, I have a thing, like one of those isolation shields.
Is it this thing behind you?
Yeah, right behind you. And, like, I was going to bring this whole like, you know, rig.
Yeah.
But then, like, I was sitting here a couple of nights before just, like, trying everything out. And I'm like, you know, it actually sounds better just recording straight into the capsule on the microphone, on the recorder instead of running the, you know, mic into it and all that. So I can leave the mic and everything behind, just bring the recorder in a little tripod.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. And I'm just sitting there, and I had a pop filter. So I'm just sitting there and doing like this and trying to be like really quiet. And I could hear it all in my headphones. So I'm like, I hope I'm not being loud, but like you were snoring behind me. So I like, okay, she's not waking up. So I'm probably not waking up the people in the next room either. Like,
you have to remember that I had a Long Island and at least 4 or 5 beers.
Fair.
And I smoked in the dumpster.
Fair.
So can you really, I mean, everybody's, I guess, I don't know, sleeping hard in the hotels.
So, yeah. And like the second I got the script, there's people right outside the door, like being loud.
Of course.
So I'm like, you could make a travel booth out of a plastic storage bin in memory. That's true. That's also like difficult to move around.
We would have had to check some baggage.
Yeah, I my goal is to travel as lightly as possible.
Yeah, we tried
so
backpack.
I can just
It was good.
So I could just literally like bring my bag and like put it under the seat in front of me or whatever. So like,
and you know, like we each fit in a backpack, but then you had room in your backpack for the popcorn that I did not have room for.
I'll tell you what, if I would have brought that isolation shield and all that, I wouldn't have.
Not, yeah.
And so I was, glad I didn't bring all that.
Yeah.
You didn't have room for your popcorn. You had to put my crackers instead. So I'm like, I have your snacks, you have my snacks.
Trade. There's still some of that popcorn left. It's at my mom's house. I had some for fourth meal.
Good.
Yeah.
I ate the crackers like the day we came home. Like, like I want some of these pepper jack crackers. And then I was like, okay, I'm still kind of, let me get these peanut butter crackers.
Doesn't sound too bad.
But yeah, so I did the job. No, it wasn't for WrestleMania, Laura. It was for the other wrestling channel I do. One of the many other wrestling channels I do. It's because he only owns one pair of show pants. Yeah, no, I this is all I brought was camo shorts and a couple of T-shirts, some underwear, some socks.
Yep.
That's all I needed.
Yep.
I bought a toothbrush while I was there because I neglected to bring one.
Dork.
Well, I was like hoping to get like a little travel. I have one, and I didn't think like it's like, oh, but this is how long have I had this travel toothbrush?
True.
Like I
since like New York City.
Since like years and years and years ago at the but like I wasn't really using it a lot because it was like I just had it like when I had to stay there.
Yeah, I know.
So like I don't know, I'm like, nah, I'm not not gonna bring those. I'll try and get a new one while I'm out there. And then we couldn't find one, so I had to get like a full-size toothbrush.
Yeah. That's okay. We'll get you a travel case.
I'll find one before San Francisco.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So everybody's like, oh, where are you guys from? Oh, we're from Buffalo. Oh, you a Bills fan?
No.
No.
Yeah, the one Uber driver. Yeah. You guys were talking about football quite a bit.
We were talking about
with
football.
that conversation, but I was glad that you were having a good time.
I liked a lot of the Uber drivers we had because they were quiet. They laughed at appropriate moments.
Yeah, we were being goofy. We were silly the whole time.
That whole trip back to the hotel talking about Steve Kelly. That guy was like, that guy. I'm sure with his next fare, he's like, man, you should have heard the stories these guys were telling.
And there's like some dude who had to pick up Steve Kelly in an Uber, and like maybe Uber drivers talk like, hey, I heard about this guy. Like, hey, I had that guy.
Yes, good to see you, John. And
hello,
yes,
John
she is
Johnson.
back.
Yes,
she was back last week.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, so that was well, I mean, what's weird is they left right before we did and called their Uber.
Yep.
And our Uber got there first.
Maybe they never hit confirm.
Maybe Steve Kelly's got like low ratings on Uber and people are like,
oh my
nope.
God, I didn't even think of that.
Nope, not picking up a 2.9 star. We'll pick up this 5-star guy, or 4.9, I think I have. But
I didn't even think to check my Uber rating. I always try to be polite and tip generously, so.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, we had to take a lot of Ubers because,
yes,
like, when I booked the hotel, like, I didn't have a plan. I was just like, Bob, book me a hotel. And Bob goes, oh, you want to stay at the one on Lehigh? Like, maybe, I don't know. He says, well, I'm friends with the owner there, and he just renovated everything, and everything should be nice and new in there and everything for you.
And the things that were done did seem very nice and new.
Okay, Bob. Yeah, if you're saying this is a good hotel, I will take your word for it. Yeah, just book me.
Yeah.
Took him 2 months to book me, and then I had to keep calling him back, Bob. Then he finally booked me, and then he booked me for the wrong date, so I had to call him back, Bob. And he fixed it. And then I called him a couple of days before the trip. I said, Bob, am I supposed to have like a voucher or something? He says, maybe. I said, okay, can you, he's like, I'll email one to you. I was going to say, I'll come get one, or I'll have you pick it up or something. Cause like you're in Niagara Falls.
Right.
And so I'm like, So he's like, I'll just email it to you. I don't remember the details, so I'll just email you a blank one. Like, oh, yes, please do. And I never got it. So I called him the morning of.
Yes.
Like, hey, Bob. And he's like, oh, I haven't forgotten. I'm just busy. I'm like, Bob, like, my trip is today. I'm like, can you please, if you would, fax it over to them instead of emailing it to me? Just fill it out. The details are I'm staying today. I'm checking out tomorrow. Just fax that over for me so I can, have that when I get there. And he goes, yeah, I'll do that for you right away. So I get to the hotel, and we get to the hotel like 2 or 3 minutes after Bob would have left.
Yes, his shift would be over.
His shift was over. He would have been gone. So actually, I don't even know that he would have been gone, to be quite honest with you. But I'm like, let's let me ask when we get there. So I asked the guy. I said, did you get my voucher? Because he mentioned my rate code. I said, did you get my voucher? He says, no. So can you, he was supposed to fax it over. He didn't fax it. Let me check the fax machine. He goes, looks at the fax. Nope, I don't have it. And I'm like, okay, he's like, yeah, if you need to get it to me, because if you don't get it, you're going to have to pay regular rate, which is like $30 more than what I'm paying. It wasn't like bad. It was like $35.
But it's still come on.
$35 is $35. So it's like, Laura, I don't own any CDs. Shut the fuck up. Anyway.
I mostly own local CDs.
I'm lying. I have plenty of CDs, but we don't play CDs on this show. Anyway. So the guy's like, I have to have this. So the next morning, I get up at 7 in the fucking morning.
Yeah.
Bob.
Do it now.
He's like, I'll send it to you. I'll send it. Okay, please do. So I'm at the front desk. This poor girl, the dude is late. This is supposed to come at 7 o'clock. This is the same girl I talked to the night before about, finding a place to go, Laura, go buy some CDs and get a CD player and stop listening to us if you want to hear a CD. Anyway, so the guy goes, and the more you interact with me in the chat, the longer it's going to take for me to get to the next song because I'm trying to finish this story. So shut up. Anyway, the poor girl's trying to leave. She's got her son with her. She had him with her overnight.
Yeah.
So she's trying to leave because she's like, I told my boss I'm leaving at 7, whether this guy's here or not.
Yeah.
So the dude, I'm like, I got to get this fax over to you guys. So Bob's finally like, oh yeah, let me put you on hold. Let me take care of this for you. So I'm standing there. I'm talking to this poor girl who just wants to go home.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I see the dude coming. I'm leaving. Okay, have a good day. Thank you for hanging out. I'm so sorry for making you wait. Blame my boss. Bob, in the meantime, is like, oh, tell her to tell Mr. Shaw hello from Robert. I said, he says, tell Mr. Shaw hello from Robert. She goes, who's Mr. Shaw? I don't know. She says, who's Mr. Shaw? He says, oh, Vic. I said, he says Vic. She says, oh, Vic. I know Vic. I don't know anybody's last names. There's a sign on the wall that says the owner, Vic Shaw, basically. It's got his, actual name, not Vic. It's like Vishal or something like, But so finally, the next guy comes in. I'm like, dude, can you check your email real quick, see if you got this voucher? He got the voucher. He's like, what's this for? Like, are you fucking kidding? You gotta just put it with my fucking rate card in the fucking in the thing, so that I don't get charged more than what I'm supposed to be fucking paying for this room.
Right.
This has been just ridiculous trying to get this from him. So I'm kind of glad I didn't go contact him about booking in San Francisco.
Yeah, true.
We'll finish this story when I come back.
Okay.
This is Miller and the Other Sinners. This song is called Juke Jive It on all WNY Think So Joe Show.
My lady and me hit a barrel house with a nasty beat, where you can taste the sweat from the heated blues, but feel no regret from the men she choose. Bounce that kid drum till the dancers just can't land. sure can pop and crack. Kick back to jive with the band. That drummer sure can pop and crack. Kick back to jive with the band. Come gather round, 'cause it's party time. Y'all celebrate, 'cause you're feeling fine. When music's sweet, find a common ground. No need for creed, love's the only sound. Play that piano, like ebony and fabricated. Yeah, side by side, all white and black. Kick back to jive with the band. Yeah, side by side, all white and black. Kick back to jive with the band. This ain't no place for fancy clothes. Ain't room for show. We sure no. You can hear the street. I never know they play. And feel the below beat. And every dancer sway. So let that bass hand drop it down like a soul beat down. Just like a freight train off the track. Kick back to jive with the band. Just like a freight train off the track. Kick back to jive with the band. You can't go wrong when you feel it right. And it just cut loose, 'cause the groove is tight. It ain't no sin, leave your worry behind. Let the music soothe and elevate your mind. So blow that horn now, till the heavens join the band. Just like they did it down at Snacks. Kick back to jive with the band. Just like they did it down at Snacks. Kick back to jive with the band. So head downtown, you grab a friend or two, and find a barrel house, y'all, with Friday blues. Round, round and dance, if you say no, it's a weekend chance to let the weekdays go. Mr. Bluesman, take that guitar, I won't leave your hands. In a southern style attack, kick back to jive with the band. Yeah, in a southern style attack, kick back to jive with the band.
That was Miller and the Other Sinners on all WNY Think So Joe show. And if you live anywhere in our target area, you have a chance to see them this weekend.
Oh, wow.
They are playing at
4 times.
4 times.
Is it 3 times?
3 times.
3 times.
3 times.
Sorry.
They are playing at Kainos Restaurant, 284 Exchange Boulevard, in Rochester.
Cool.
That's Friday at 6 p.m. And then Saturday at 6:30 p.m., you can catch them at the Barn at 535 County Route 85 in Addison, New York.
Where's that?
I have no idea. And then if you don't see them at either of those, you can go see them with Hambone Sunday at 5 p.m. at the DHU Strand Theater, 540 Oliver Street in North Tonawanda.
I wonder where that is.
I have no idea.
I mean, it's at 540 Oliver Street, but like, I don't know where that is.
It can't be too far from.
I know, like
where you're hanging out on the weekends.
I know.
So
it's right there.
Yeah. So you could definitely you
right
can
there
see
in
them.
The middle of nothing.
See them three times this weekend if you feel like traveling around Western New York a little bit.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
they were pretty funky.
That's
I
the thing.
It.
They're pretty good.
Yeah. My mom's here.
Hi, Mom. I was gonna play some Strange Standard this week, and then I realized we played them last week.
Yeah.
I was like I searched on 716 bands like I usually do, and it came up like, oh, the last time you played them was February, and then I realized that last week's show never actually went up.
Oops.
So that's up now. You can get that on Spotify, and I mean, like, it was available on like YouTube and Twitch and Facebook and all that, but you could get it now on Spotify and iTunes and all that other fun stuff, or Apple Podcasts rather. And nobody ever says, who says Apple Podcasts?
It's a mouthful.
That's iTunes, man. Like Google Podcasts. You can get us on now. We're now on Amazon Music Podcasts.
Great.
So you can.
I didn't know all this.
Yeah, you can find us a lot of places now. If you don't want to look at us, you can listen to us on those places. Our friends in Strange Standard, I was going to play them because they are playing
at Penny
Saturday,
Lane.
September 25th at Penny Lane, 10255 Main Street in Clarence at 8 p.m. We love those guys.
We do love those guys.
That's why we played them last week after I saw them at Music is Art. So,
fuck yeah. And let's see, there's some new music from that we're not playing.
That is a terrible picture of Garth Brooks.
Okay. So there's new music released. There's an EP by Invictra. We played a single from them a couple weeks back.
Mm-hmm.
Also, oh fuck, what did Rick say? What was the other band? Thank goodness for Rick Horton. He's keeping us in touch with the 585 area.
Mm-hmm.
We had a little chat. Oh, Mass Casualty released an EP as well.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys are interested in some of this new music, you might want to listen next week, because we have new music. Also, Perspectives is playing with Attila in October on the 5th at Montage. I think that's a Tuesday, I think it was. They just put out some new stuff, I feel like. And, we're not going to be able to go to that because I'm a manager now. I have to plan, like, way in advance.
And as far as other artists we're playing today on the show, Randle and the Late Night Scandals, which we'll play at the top of the hour, is playing at Gene McCarthy's this weekend.
Oh.
I don't know where that is.
I can picture it, but I can't tell you what road it's on.
Well, they're playing there this Saturday from 7 to 10. And then One Way Terror and Radical Operations are both playing at Tudor Lounge on Saturday, part of the Rad Ops 10-year anniversary show.
That's pretty awesome. I hate that I'm missing that one.
That means a group of people managed to put up with Steve Kelly for 10 years.
I feel like it would always be an adventure.
I feel like it would be an adventure, but yes.
And as long as you have bail money, the shenanigans are unlimited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was definitely an adventure hanging out with Steve Kelly.
I was so glad that he was
weekend.
there.
There were some other folks that we knew that were there that I didn't bump into, and I'm kind of disappointed.
Who didn't we bump into?
Dennis, who used to be, who I guess he still is, the Lady or the Tiger.
Oh, you
Dennis,
know what? I
Dennis
might have seen him because remember how I said, like, that dude looks really familiar?
Maybe.
But I can't place him. And I was like, I know he's from Buffalo. I'm pretty sure it was Dennis.
Jeff Allen of the Western New York Vinyl. I had
Collective?
Collective. That's
You're
the word I was
welcome.
looking for. Thank you. Yes.
Yes.
The Western New York Vinyl Collective was there.
Yes.
And, like, I'm looking at pictures. I'm like, they were standing right the fuck near us. Both of them.
That's hilarious.
Like.
Yeah. We also ran into members of the Scarecrow Show.
We did.
And they seemed really excited to be there.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
apparently they were fans of Thick. They mentioned like, hey, have you guys heard Thick? Like, no. Like,
No,
oh man, they're
like,
so good. And then the sound was shit.
Like, they had my hopes up. I was like, oh yeah, what's this gonna be? You know, and
I think like if we were to like put on their record, it would be okay. But
probably, I think the venue had a lot to do with it. Maybe if we stood in a different place in the venue,
maybe.
Because we didn't stand right at front of house, so we didn't stand in the best sound pocket.
I mean, we weren't too far from front of house.
No, but we were definitely far enough with the shape of that room.
Sure.
Yeah.
Which, again, was a box.
A box with like an oval ceiling. Well, oval.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the sound could collect up there. It was arched. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, but the speakers were pointing down, so it's like it's bouncing off the floor, going up to the ceiling.
Cement floor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know,
I don't know.
Sound design, guys.
Yeah, it kind of just sounded like the PA wasn't tuned to the room right, but it also sounded like the monitors were off when Thick played.
I think it also, like, as it filled in, especially like up towards the front, like now the sound is like being absorbed into people, so like it's not bouncing around the room, and it's not. So I think like that kind of helped.
Yeah. And that's probably why Violent Femme sounded so fucking good.
We
stood in a different place.
Which is why you need to come to Tudor Lounge on October 8th and make us sound good.
Yeah.
So the sound absorbs into you, so it's not bouncing around
Tudor
Lounge. Not that Tudor Lounge has like a lot of reflection points that are going to bounce right back up into everything. Like,
no, it's got a good shape to it.
Yeah. Unlike like some other Buffalo venues named after candy bars. Yeah. Anyway,
I had to think about that, and now I really want one. You notice that you can never find a full-size Good Bar?
No,
you can only find them in the assorted packs.
No, because much like their commercials told me not to do, I never look for Mr. Goodbar. Anyway.
If anybody sees...
I don't dare to be stupid, if you guys get that joke. Anyway.
Yeah. I bet the Res would have full-size Good Bars. They have cool candy bars.
Speaking of dare to be stupid, and this is not necessarily just a local thing, if you want to see Transformers, the movie, the good one, the one from 1986 that killed off the entire first season toy line.
Okay.
That is playing. It's playing Sunday at noon.
Yes.
And it's playing Tuesday at 7 p.m. You can check. You can find a theater near you that it's playing at. Near us, it's playing at the Regal 16 on Elmwood.
Yes.
And the Regal IMAX on Transit.
Yes.
And I am not promising that I'm not going to Uber up to the Regal on Transit to see it on an IMAX screen.
I wouldn't blame you.
Except I have a 100-inch screen. I can just get that experience. I mean, it's not like an IMAX experience, but it's like...
And you can do it in the comfort and nudity of your own house.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. You don't have to put pants on.
I do not.
And that's always a plus.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of pants, what's in your pockets?
I don't know.
What's in your pockets?
The usual stuff.
Like what?
Keys.
This was a game
pens,
we did
markers.
for like a day. Let's...
Fine. Let's see, we got keys.
Keys with earbuds that are charging.
They're charged.
They're charged.
The light would be on if they were charged. I got a mask.
Mask.
Gotta have the mask.
Right.
Got the pens and the markers.
Okay.
And the back pocket's the wallet.
Okay, so no surprises
Nope,
today.
all the usual stuff. Actually, with me being home, it's kind of surprising that the keys are in my pants. But
yeah, it's just a sign that you need to leave and get Monsters and chocolate chips later.
We're gonna DoorDash that shit so I can sit because I ain't missing AEW tonight.
Okay.
My Brian's other best friend is at that show right now.
That's so cool.
I'm excited for him. Also very jealous.
Why do you have pens and markers? Laura wants to know. That's a good point. You're home. What do you need pens and markers for? There's places where there's pens and markers.
But it always helps to have a pen and a marker.
Yeah, it does become very convenient.
I couldn't find my pen when I was writing this list earlier. So I had one in my pocket. It was just, got one. By the way, now that I'm sitting here.
You still wear your wallet at home. Your ass and lower back must hate you.
Yeah. I mean, padded seats.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I'm fine. and no, I don't always wear my wallet at home. Just if I'm like dressed.
Yeah.
It's just convenient to have my wallet in my pocket so I don't forget it if I leave.
I understand.
Because normally if I'm dressed, I'm not leaving.
Yeah.
Or if I'm dressed, I'm either doing the show or I'm leaving.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it just makes sense to have my wallet in my pocket. Whereas, like, if I'm not leaving, I'm usually, like, in pajama pants or boxers or something, and I don't have a wallet. So, so no, my lower back and my ass do not hate me for having the wallet.
Okay.
I was trying to get one of them, like front wallets. You know, like that go in like your shirt pocket.
Oh.
You know, like or like your front pants pocket.
Okay.
But like those are expensive.
Are they?
For like an RFID blocking one, yeah.
Oh.
Like I was trying to get why you always cross yourself before you know. Even knowing that my wallet's in my back pocket every time I leave the house, I'm just like, yeah, it's there.
Well, I mean, it makes sense to leave it there. You know, like I leave my shit in my purse. I don't take it out when I get home. Like I take some of my stuff out that I need, but it goes back in the purse.
Right.
Like it lives in the purse.
And it's not like you're walking around the house with your purse.
Right.
So,
I mean,
just like I'm usually not walking around the house with pants on.
there's no need.
No.
No, this is home.
Yeah. Anybody's looking in my windows, that's their fault. Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, you're wearing boxers.
Yeah.
It could be worse.
True. Anyway, I was like doing laundry last week, and I'm like,
Oh, speaking of laundry, Jesus.
I'm doing laundry last week, and like I know nobody's home except for me. Like I'm the only person in the whole house, and I left the no pants part out. Anyway, so I'm the only person home in the whole house, and I'm doing laundry. I'm like, shit, I wanted to wash these. I'm like, wait, I can just take them off, put them in. So I'm like in the basement.
Freedom.
Yeah, John Johnson has had a problem with DoorDash stealing his food.
That's fucked up.
I've seen a post about that recently.
I feel like I want more details.
We have not had that problem. We have had problems of like restaurants fucking up our food, but never anybody stealing our food.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Like you have a job. Why do you need to steal food?
Right.
You're a DoorDasher.
Yeah.
Like when Grubhub or DoorDash comes to the North Tonawanda Brandos, it's a lot of times they'll be like, oh, and, you know, give me a slice.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? The tips you just made on this order can buy you a slice.
Yeah.
Because it's $3. You know, it's like, why steal food?
Yeah, right.
It's just infuriating to me.
Yeah. I don't.
Can't you tell how furious I am?
I guess that happened to him twice because I saw the once and I commented. He said, "This is his wife." I think that might have been your wife, John. I don't know. Said, "Oh, that's the second time it's happened." So, ordered the food, changed drivers, never arrived, and since wife's pregnant, double trouble. Ooh.
Ah, ouch.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah.
But ouch.
I don't have any answers for you, man. That's
She needs her pickles and ice cream or whatever.
I mean, I'm sure, like, I hope that their customer service is helpful.
Yeah, definitely try for it if you haven't.
I haven't, like, directly, like, I tweeted about, like, a bad order once, and they never got back to me, but that was, like, I was tweeting about it more to be like, fuck you, Wendys, what the fuck? How do you burn a Baconator, but the cheese isn't melted? And I'm so glad I got a good Baconator, like, a couple of weeks ago. Like actually going to a Wendy's, and then it's like, okay, cool. Now that I've ate that, I don't have to eat any of this shit anymore. Yeah. I got my good Baconator. Now I can focus on just, you know, eating an apple for breakfast and you know, whatever you've prepared for me for the week for lunch and dinner, you know. Like,
how appropriate that you're eating apples and it's harvest season and today is the equinox. Happy equinox, everybody.
Yeah, I had an apple today, and you're just like, do you want chili? I'm like, I just had an apple.
You had an apple. That's like a dessert.
And then you're like, chili? And I sent you an animated GIF of chili from TLC.
I thought that was you saying, yes, I want chili.
I kind of figured that's why you brought me chili shortly thereafter. But she was still pissed. It's okay. We reordered, and her vice is Reese's peanut butter cups.
Oh, that could be worse.
Yeah,
that could be worse.
Yeah.
You get her those peanut butter cups.
I mean, we've had issues where, like, you know, Instacart will bring us, like, the wrong thing or miss an item or something. And Instacart's always been cool about, oh, sorry about that. Here's your money back.
Yeah.
Here's a credit for your next order. Like, we had a couple of issues where, like, we ordered six packs of Pepsi.
Right.
And they're like, oh, they only bring one or like, you know, 2 Pepsi. Like, no, there's supposed to be 6 here, dude. Like, No, it said a 6-pack of Pepsi. No, it said 6-packs of Pepsi. And anytime, so like I reached out to Instacart the one day on Twitter. I'm like, guys, I kind of want a custom solution to this because I'm gonna have to reorder, and I don't want to have to hit the $35 threshold to get the free delivery. So can you work with me on this? Let's see what we can come up with, because I don't want to get, because like the option in the app is like, do you want the refund for the full amount of the Pepsi? No, I don't, because I got one. Let me pay for the one I got. You know, I'm not trying to get free stuff here. Right. I'm trying to like pay for what I got
and get what you pay for.
But also I don't want to, you know, pay a delivery fee if I have to order again in like 2 days, which, let's be honest, this 6-pack's been in the fridge since, like, when was Jasmine here? Last Wednesday?
Yeah.
Last Wednesday. So Thursday, I put this I put this 6-pack of Pepsi 0 calorie,
which isn't bad,
0 sugar. I put that in the fridge last Thursday, and there's still a bottle left in there.
Really?
If you can believe
that.
That's
awesome. So you've been drinking tons of water.
Been drinking like nothing but water, basically.
Is your pee very clear?
No.
No?
I don't think so. I don't know. I'm not really paying attention.
Oh my God.
We're having this conversation again.
Why don't you pay attention to things that come out of you?
Why?
Because my biology teacher told me to.
Well, I didn't pay attention in biology, so there. I intentionally failed biology. I think it was biology. I know there was one science class I intentionally failed. I got a test, and I'm doing the test, and I'm like intentionally getting, like, I knew all the answers, but I got them all wrong.
Why?
Because I was already like failing, so I'm like, fuck it.
How hard can I fail?
Let's see if I could get a 0. I could not. I got like a 16.
Oh, well, good for you.
I got a 0 on the test.
Oh, yeah.
But like in the class, I got like a 16.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Laura thinks you should look at your pee. Laura thinks you should look at your pee.
Laura, you can look at my pee all you want. You too.
Don't flush. I'll tell you if you're healthy or not. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I went a whole day with no Pepsi at all. Like, not even this 0 sugar Pepsi that we're drinking now.
That you're drinking it. Well, I'm drinking it too. I'm just drinking a Monster in this moment.
I mean, by time I got to the first 6-pack, there were 2 left. Because you and Jasmine drank 2 each, or a total of 4 anyway.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
So.
Not bad.
When I drink a lot of tea, it's clear I go pee more, but I feel like that's a pregnancy vibe she gives.
You're having sympathy peas.
I guess.
Oh, that's very sweet.
Yeah, I've been I've been drinking water. I've been drinking 0 sugar and 0 calorie Pepsi on the suggestion of my old guitar player.
Right.
And only like one, like I will not have more than one a day. I'll have it like with dinner. Just like, okay, you know, I've it's like 6 o'clock at night, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night. Like, let me get some food. Let me get a bottle of Pepsi and get some caffeine into me.
Yeah.
And then I can power through the night, get through work. And, that's been working for me. So
that's great.
Yeah. And then I'll switch right back to drinking water. And like, even when I am drinking Pepsi, I'm still drinking water.
That's good. That's really good.
But I've been trying to eat, lighter. Eat, better, like less shitty, like. And then you came home with a whole ass pizza on Saturday, on Friday night.
It was amazing pizza. It was that steak pizza, guys.
And I ate most of it.
Yes.
Because you, I think, had 1 slice that night, and then I had the rest of it.
Yes.
Over the last few days. So, Cherry Coke 0. My thing with cherry sodas, pops, cherry pops,
soda.
Cherry pops, is like cherry cola. How's that?
Okay.
We'll compromise. That's what it says on the fucking bottle is cola.
All right.
So cherry cola, I like, that's got a little like thickness to it that I can't like.
Oh, like syrup?
Yeah, like that I can't like deal with, especially like if I'm drinking it while I'm working, which I'm trying to avoid doing.
Understood.
But like, yeah, like I should only drink water or juice, says Laura.
What's your favorite juice?
Orange juice. That's why I got.
I've been drinking a lot of juice.
I eat every morning. I've been eating apples with some peanut butter. And,
that sounds good.
And some orange juice.
That sounds nice.
I haven't had the orange juice in a few days.
You want eggs tomorrow?
That would be nice.
And switch
Nice
it up
change
a little.
it, yeah.
We don't have cheese, so you don't have to worry about that.
Okay. Well, I mean, I
use it all in the chili.
It's not like I don't eat cheese. I can't give up cheese.
Good.
Like I was talking to the guitar player. This is years ago. I was talking to the guitar player of Goldfinger.
Oh yeah.
And we were talking. And Goldfinger are most of them are notoriously vegan. Very, very, very vegan. Like watch this video and you'll be vegan too. Vegans, you know, like. But I'm talking to the guitar player who's not like as hardcore a vegan, but he's like, yeah, you know, they got me to switch. But the hardest thing for me was giving up cheese because, you know, like tofu cheese isn't the same.
No, but they've come a long way with cheese substitutes. Yeah. Like back when I was trying to be a vegetarian in college, the soy cheese, like it doesn't melt. It just gets wet and like sits on your veggie burger. I was like, you know what? Not vegan. I'm gonna eat cheese. I'm gonna do it.
Laura says it's cassette time.
Ooh.
Now, I did find a cassette last week.
What? Oh yeah.
I did. I found Warren G.
Regulators.
The G Funk era, like the tape that's got regulators on. Yeah. Or Regulate is the name of the song. Anyway, so this is Randle and the Late Night Scandals, and you can catch them this Saturday at Gene McCarthy's with guest drummer Andrew Daniels. And this song's called Don't Waste My Time on all WNY Think So Joe Show. That was Randle and the Late Night Scandals on all WNY ThinkSoJoE show. That song called Don't Waste My Time.
Pretty good stuff.
Almost missed coming back because I was showing you my
Your
Animal Crossing outfit there.
Yes.
I'm currently, that's not what I'm wearing currently in Animal Crossing. I'm currently wearing a George Kittle football jersey. But
okay.
actually, no, I might be wearing the number 9 Home Sabres jersey.
Okay.
Which Jack Eichel's on the roster. Whether he shows up and actually plays, who knows?
Oh, okay.
But we'll see what happens there.
Laura,
Go ahead, answer the question.
Laura asked if I got a new tattoo. If you're talking about this one, yes.
That was a
It's
birthday
fairly,
present.
It's fairly new.
It was a birthday present.
I like
yes.
it.
I've had this one for 10 years now.
Yeah, I saw that.
10 years I've been going to Holy Ground Tattoo. Gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tattoos there.
Wow.
Anyway.
Somebody asked me how many tattoos I had, and I was just like,
I think I have 10 now?
I was like, I don't know, like somewhere between like 7 and 9.
I've got to have like 9. Let me see.
I was like, I
1,
don't
2,
really feel like counting
3, 4,
right now.
5, 6, 7, 8. No, I have 10. So 8 of those are from Holy Ground.
Wow. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway. No, I don't know what I'm doing for Halloween. I know where I'll be.
You don't know what you're doing for Halloween?
No,
Are you fucking kidding
I'm
me?
saying I don't know what I'll if I'm dressing up for Halloween. But
you're
I know
dressing up for Halloween
I
twice.
know where I'll be is at Stamps.
Yeah, Friday
Because
and Saturday.
we just announced 2 big shows back to back at Stamps. The all WNY Halloween shows. Let's see.
Your friends have interesting stories.
I see this.
Yeah.
No, that's the punk show. We don't want that. We want the Halloween shows. There we go.
There we go. Those
Okay.
are cute.
So, Halloween. What?
What did you do?
I clicked on the thing and it didn't go to the thing.
Ryan McEnany is sitting with a giant jelly belly, though.
He is. He's in Las Vegas.
That's cool.
Yeah. Okay. Click.
Click.
There it goes. Okay. So, October 29th.
October 29th. This is Friday night.
Friday night, Magic Tones, Janie Crash and the Tall Men, Yellow Sauce, Carrie Faye, Anxious Kids Make Good People, and that's at Stamps, 98 Main Street in Tonawanda, New York, 7 p.m., $5, 21 plus with ID.
Yes, it's going to be a great time. We will be decorating. We will be dressing up. We will have I don't know.
What's this wee stuff?
I was looking at decorations on Amazon while you were in the shower.
All WNY Halloween Night 2, Saturday, October 30th, featuring Rat Hazard, Shady Hawk, and the Missing Worker, also at Stamps the Bar.
So excited.
98 Main Street, Tonawanda, New York, at 7 p.m., $5, 21 plus with ID.
Heck yes.
Costumes are encouraged.
Costumes fucking mandatory.
Encouraged.
Yeah.
I will definitely, I have to be at night 1 because I'm performing.
You are. You have to do that.
Sean Johnson's going to be me for Halloween.
Yeah, he also said that after 40 tattoos, he lost count. Or after age 40. What is it, John? John Johnson, which is kind of fun to say.
I think it's the number of tattoos, I would imagine.
I don't know. I don't know him. I don't know him.
I mean, in real life, I haven't met him, but we've known each other for a while on social media, just thanks to hockey stuff. And,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he lost count of tattoos.
Okay. That I feel like an asshole for losing count at like 6, because you're like, 40.
I need to get to the point where it's like, nah, that's too much work.
Yeah, like thank you.
Count,
I will count the percentage of my body that is covered.
I can count them all because they're all on my arms.
Right. Mine are not.
I forget I have some of them sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, I got that tattoo. Somebody said to me, "Hey, I like your Bart Simpson tattoo." I'm like, what? Oh yeah, I have that. At Dollar General, some guy saw my tattoo and mentioned it.
Cool.
So, anyway, yeah. So a couple of good nights of shows.
Yeah.
At the end of October, still looking for one more band for November 13th. We have a punk band that kind of sounds like a cross between like Fear and No Effects. And we have a like hardcore metal band. So something that would kind of bridge that gap would be wonderful. So no Sublime tribute stuff. Anyway.
Yeah, we'll think about that.
Anyway, a San Francisco hat and a Buffalo Sabres jersey, no pants, great caution.
If you're wearing pants, the pockets have to be full of Sharpies.
Yes. Gotta wear cargo shorts, man. Camo cargo, like cutoffs. And
he's got the beard. He says he's got the beard.
You gotta have the camo or the cargo shorts because then you gotta go to a show. You gotta buy T-shirts, and then like, what are we gonna do with these? What are we gonna do with these T-shirts? Gimme.
Yep. Speaking of T-shirts, I got you that T-shirt.
Yes.
See, this felt really good because you have spoiled me for so long. And now, like, I'm working, so I have a few dollars. So I can get you a Me First and the Gimme Gimme's T-shirt. And then I can get my cousin a Flogging Molly T-shirt. And I can get myself a Me First and the Gimme Gimme's T-shirt and a Violent Femmes tank top and spend all my money.
You handed me the T-shirts. I, stuffed them in my pocket right away. I'm like, I don't want Steve Kelly to see I bought a Me First and the Gimme Gimme T-shirts.
I know, he was just bitching about them.
Yeah, so, we have not had time to watch movies together.
No.
Laura's asking if you've seen Up.
No, not yet.
We've not been home other than podcast days together. All
Even
the rest
tomorrow's my other day off, and I'm going to see The Sword with my sister.
All the rest of your days off, we're not we're either doing stuff or we're
they were days that I requested off because the whole days were accounted for.
So maybe next week we might get around to watching some movies. Maybe. Depends, I guess. You're off now Thursdays, so it won't be before the show.
No.
So
$10.
So next Thursday we'll make movie night.
Okay.
We'll set up the projector and we'll.
Okay.
You get to see.
So I can fall asleep.
You get to see that great. The lights don't got to be off.
That doesn't make a difference.
I'll keep nudging you.
I'll keep stabbing you with my fork.
You do that anyway.
I'll keep doing it. I'm just warning you.
Anyway, no, I was thinking about that today. I haven't seen what was I supposed to watch? Return to Oz. Haven't seen that yet, and you haven't seen Up, and it's just been we haven't had time.
Yeah.
No, I might the Niners are on Sunday Night Football this week, so I might just set up the projector.
What time is football this week?
Which football?
Football people will watch and order pizza for.
Buffalo football people will watch and order pizza for. I don't know. I don't really give a fuck.
Okay, you don't have to look it up or anything.
Look it up. I'm looking it up. It's not like I don't have to just. It's like all I have to type is NF and it takes me straight to the link for. They're playing 1:00 against the football team.
Oh.
The football team.
Sounds like a great game. That doesn't affect me though. The game will be over when I get into work, or they'll be losing, and no one.
They won this past week. Give them some credit.
Oh yeah, that's right. Everyone, we're going to the Super Bowl, guys.
I mean, you guys lost.
They beat the Dolphins, right?
They beat the Dolphins. Ooh. I saw a great tweet last night, and I'm like, as much as I don't like the Bills. Mm-hmm. The guy, the score was 35-0. The guy said, you can't spell 305, which is the Miami area code. You can't spell 305 without 35-0 or 35-0,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that was clever.
Yes.
I'm following this guy for his wrestling content, not his Buffalo Bills content, but that was clever. So I gotta give him credit for that. But yeah, the Niners are playing on Sunday Night Football. The 2-0 undefeated San Francisco 49ers are playing Sunday Night Football in prime time against the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers. Ooh, that old man we beat every fucking time we play him. Anyway. So, yeah, I might, oh crap, is the WWE pay-per-view this weekend too?
I wouldn't know.
Ah, crap. Is
Madison coming this weekend?
I told a couple. Oh yeah, that's true too. I told a couple of people hey, I'll put the pay-per-view on the big screen. But now I'm like, fuck, we're playing Sunday Night Football this week. Damn it! I want to watch the football game. Fuck wrestling.
Well, you can always put one on the TV and one on the projector.
I can't though, because the projector's in the right where the TV is. So I don't know. Fuck wrestling. I'm watching the football game.
Okay.
So anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. What is all that noise? Do you hear it?
It's outside.
Bzzz.
Yeah, it's outside.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, yeah, no, it's really fucking annoying when I'm trying to work.
Sounds like static to me.
It's outside. Trust me, if you take your headphones off, you'll still hear it. Yeah, listen for it. We're not going to sit here with dead air so you can keep listening for it, but it's trust me, it's outside. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. There's like a generator somewhere.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, like, and it will be on all fucking night.
That sucks.
So you'll know it. I'll be hearing it all night. Luckily, like, that was part of the reason I bought the SM7B is because, like, okay, it's only going to pick up what's right in front of it. It's not going to pick up, like, any of this outside noise, like the jukebox.
Right.
Or anything else going on out there.
So let's brainstorm.
Is it really dead air if there's a buzzing? Anyway.
Let's brainstorm some Halloween costume ideas.
I already know what I'm going to be. I just got to order it. It's a matter of having the money. Anyway. Yeah.
Okay.
I might, I was thinking maybe I'll do 2 different costumes.
You gotta.
I don't have to.
You gotta.
I do not.
At least 2.
At least 2?
You can pull a costume change in the middle of a party.
I was thinking it might be funny if I were SpongeBob while I was doing the yellow sauce reads.
Would you do it in a SpongeBob voice?
Probably not. I don't do a good, like, I could do the laugh, but I can't do, like, just, like, anyway, but I can't do, like, the, Joe should be Rapunzel. I ain't got no hair. How the fuck am I gonna be Rapunzel?
Rapunzel, let down your beard. Rapunzel, don't tell me that I'm weird.
Anyways.
Yes.
I was thinking maybe SpongeBob. It would be like hilarious to be SpongeBob doing the yellow sauce bit.
It would be cool.
Just sitting there in a SpongeBob costume, just
yeah.
You know, but I don't know. But that's not what I was planning. So
okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right.
I mean, it's not like I don't have a whole costume trunk in the basement.
Like a tickle trunk.
Sure, I don't know
like
what that is. I never saw Mr. Dress Up. We've had this conversation.
But I've explained it to you. So
I live
you
on
know
this
what
side
it
of the
is.
border. Anyway.
Yes, you do.
Went back and I was looking for wrap yourself up in tinfoil and go as a leftover. I was looking for like I was just kind of like going through like old files from like the band trying to find some stuff, and I saw this image I sent to Kevin that is me on a Things You Might Not Know episode, with a thing that says the opinions in this episode are Kevin's and don't necessarily reflect my views. Personally, Canada, I think you're swell. I'm like, what the fuck is the context of that? And then I went back. It was in the Going Over the Falls in the Barrel episode.
Okay.
And one of the lines in the script was I'll be damned if I let those Canucks win. And so I just kind of put like a quick, like, it was up there for like half a second disclaimer, like, just, you know, I like you, Canada. Anyway.
Yeah. I miss Canada. I can't wait to, you know.
I was just having a conversation with some folks about Canada because WrestleCrap just did a post on WWE Niagara Falls.
Oh.
Which was their the WWE's like tourist trap up there that they sold WWE merchandise. They had this ride called the Pile Driver that never fucking worked. Anyway, Joe should wear the new CM Punk shirt on Things You Might Not Know and Google, but you can't Google because you can't Google anything. Anyway. I did wear the Things You Might Not Know, or the CM Punk shirt on Things You Might Not Know, but it wasn't the Google episode of Things You Might Not Know. It was the most recent one, Operation Northwoods, as suggested by Yellow Sauce.
Nice.
So they were very happy, at least Lidl's was. So
I love those dudes.
Yeah. Anyway, so...
punch your microphone, Joe.
Do whatever I want. It's my equipment.
It didn't do anything to you.
I didn't punch the microphone. I punched the mic flag.
Whatever.
Anyway.
It upset the microphone.
But yes, it was a shop up in WWE up in Niagara Falls, Canada. WWE Niagara Falls. WrestleCrap did an article about it, and about the store itself and the shitty ride attached to it. And that was never fucking open anytime I went up there. I guess it wasn't like broken. They just didn't have the right permits to operate it.
Oh, that's
was what the
fucked.
case was. And so I got into a nice conversation with an artist friend of mine, Mr. Al Creed, who does great 8-bit art.
Oh, yes, that guy.
We had a nice conversation about, he said he never had been there, but he wasn't a big fan of Clifton Hill in Niagara Falls, Canada anyway.
I don't like to admit it, but I was.
I should get a Sabres hat and a jersey and then wear a suit and go as a signed rookie of the Sabres. I did that as an Islanders rookie with a fake contract and a pen. Okay.
Nice.
We used to go all the time because it was literally walking distance
Yes.
from where we lived. So it was like, we were there all the time over in Niagara Falls, Canada, especially like the WWE shop because it's like, oh, this is cool. We could go upstairs and play the video games.
Oh, cool.
They had it like set up like the entrance from like Monday Night Raw up there.
Oh, really?
And this one day we're there and like they would blare like WWE theme songs over the PA there. And so like the one time we're up there and like Lita's theme starts playing, which is
She's your favorite, right?
Love, Fury, Passion, Energy by Boy Hits Car. You know that
Oh,
song.
yes.
And so that song comes on and this like redhead just comes out from like the back the area that like is behind this what the WWF used to refer to as the Titantron. Behind this like setup made to look like the Monday Night Raw entrance. It's like, dude, what are the odds that like this redhead chick comes out when this song plays? Like,
Yeah.
she was obviously doing like stock or something in the back.
That's
but like,
funny.
You know? But yeah, no, it was they had autographs, signings, and shit like that there too, Laura. It wasn't just a shop. They had the stupid ride that never fucking worked. Or that never, was never open, and that's where I met Stacy Keebler, who would rather have been anywhere else but there.
Oh.
Who was also signing alongside Edge, who was like, "Hey guys, how's it going? It's good to see you. Yeah, I'll be back in November. Thanks for asking, man. I really appreciate it. Just really cool guy."
Yeah?
As opposed to Stacy Keebler's.
Cool.
It's where I met Trish Stratus for the second time. It was supposed to be Brock Lesnar signing, but he fell off a boat and like tore open his leg on the propeller.
Ouch.
so they replaced him with Trish Stratus.
He's like a manatee.
Like, I already met Trish Stratus. Okay, cool. I'll meet Trish Stratus again. Anyway, yeah. So, but yeah, no. So I got into a discussion about Clifton Hill with Mr. Al Creed, and I was always a fan of. He said it was like overstimulating for him, and I could see that.
Okay, yeah. All
I
the
could
lights
because
and sounds
it's like
and-
mini fucking Vegas.
Yeah.
But like, we used to go for like, the arcades and shit up there. We would go there.
Pizza.
Boston Pizza. There was one like right across the street, which was right next to like WWE Niagara Falls.
Okay.
And also like, the Rock Legends, like the store coming out of the Rock Legends Wax Museum. Where they had like all the band t-shirts and the band, the fabric flags and all that shit. And I used to have a nice collection of those fabric flags.
I could envision you having like
So-
a million Metallica flags.
I had a nice little collection going. I don't know what happened to any of them. I had a nice collection. I had a few Metallicas. I had a Korn,
Yep.
couple of Korns. Probably some other ones that I'm not remembering, but I definitely had like the Follow the Leader flag because that is like one of my favorite album covers of all time. Like, I'm like, how cool? Like, I'm like, now I'm thinking like maybe it would be cool if like the anniversary of that album falls on a Wednesday at some point to do a thumbnail based on it. But that might be like really fucking difficult. So, but that was definitely one of my favorite like some of my favorite album art of all time. So I had to have that one. And I had like a bunch of Metallicas and some other stuff, probably like some Mansons at the time or whatever.
Yeah, probably.
Because back then it was like cool to like Marilyn Manson. Now it's like, fuck that guy. No, fuck him.
Yeah.
But So, Children of the Corn featuring Ice Cube from that album is John's favorite Corn song. Of course, also on that album is All in the Family with Fred Durst.
Oh, yeah.
So another great song off that album. But yeah, I had a bunch of those, and I used to go there all the time to like buy them there, and like I would be like, I want that one, and they're like, okay, well, let's look for. Oh, we don't have it in here. We got to get it down for you. I was always causing problems in that place. My favorite pullover hoodie I ever owned was an Injustice for All. It was just like the Injustice for All T-shirt with like the Hammer of Justice on the back of it and like Doris on the front, and like I wore the fuck out of that T-shirt. I think out of that hoodie, and I think I still have it.
Really?
I think so, maybe. I don't know. My ex cut the sleeves off it for some fucking reason.
Oh.
I'm like, why'd you do that? She's like, I didn't think you were gonna wear it. I'm like, that doesn't mean you could cut the fucking sleeves off of it. What the fuck? Ask first, at least, you know, like what the fuck. Anyway, but I wore the fuck out of that hoodie. I got it there.
Yeah.
You know, and we would go to the Rock Legends Wax Museum and all that shit, which was really cool. Like there was a Marilyn Manson in there that actually would like fucking move.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Creepy.
Oh yeah, it was cool. You know, but and then like there's all kinds of shit to do up there.
Yeah.
But especially like Boston Pizza was the shit.
Boston Pizza was great.
Because they had the huge arcade there. The pizza
and they had the huge beers.
The pizza was actually pretty good.
I don't think I ever had the pizza.
You know, the beers were nice when I was 19, and like yeah, I'm 19. I should drink now because I can legally do it in Canada. Right. So, you know. Yeah, I wore the fuck out. Like I like there were holes in the sleeves that I could just stick my thumbs through.
Yeah.
So I would like wear it like that. Like yeah, that was I kind of missed that hoodie actually.
Yeah. That's a shame.
So maybe one of these days I can go back to Clifton Hill, and hopefully that place is still there and I could go in and maybe they'll have another one. I don't know, but
probably replaced with a head shop, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's been a while since I've been to Clifton Hill.
I know.
But yeah, I mean, we would, it was like, because, we got into this conversation. I'm like, it's not, I wasn't like going to the clubs.
Right. There's a difference.
I did go one time. I went to Daily Planet.
I went a couple times too.
I went there one time, and because I was like newly single. I'm like, hey, let's go to the club, man. Let's go clubbing.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was
I could not imagine you in the Daily Planet.
No, that was boring as shit.
Yeah.
It's like I'm sitting there watching the fucking music videos on their screens there. Like, yeah, okay.
But you know what? They serve absinthe there.
Okay.
It was cool. It was cool. I brought my cousin from Florida there. Got him shit-faced. He's like, I can drink you under the table. I'm like, oh, you can? And this was back when I used to drink, like, 21, you know? I'm like...
That's just it. Like, I was like, I'm like 19, right over the border from Canada. All right, let's go. So, it was just, so I was definitely drinking and then coming back home, like,
yeah.
Which technically, if you're American, they're not supposed to serve you if you're under 21.
Oh, really?
I think.
Huh. I didn't know that.
So anyway, so you were going to drink him under the table because you were 21.
He was going to drink me under the table, and I was like, dude, okay, like, you don't have to prove anything to me. So he's just drinking all fucking night. I was whatever, drinking. And we have pictures of him hugging the porcelain when we got home that night. It was great. And he's like, fuck you, fuck you. I'm like, I didn't do this to you. You did this to you.
Right.
Fuck yourself, dude.
Put on a Canadian, pretend I'm Canadian, and because
no.
my ID still says New York State on it,
and you still look like you're not quite legal, so they have to ID you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was, at the time, like being 19 and like right over the border. We used to just go like every fucking weekend and just hang out.
Yeah.
There was a dude that would, I don't remember his name, but he was like a one-man band.
Oh,
and
cool.
he would just stand there and like play music, and we would just go fucking sit there and watch this dude.
Yeah.
Like he would play at like it was a Pizza Hut, I think, for a little while, and then it changed to a Pizza, which is like their equivalent of like Little Caesars.
Yeah.
And so like we would go there and we would just watch this dude play. We would just go like,
that's really cool.
We would go like all over to just see like everything and do everything, because it's just like, yeah, we live here, we might as well go.
Yeah, true.
I think, and then like as we got a little older, like one of our friends became a pro wrestler. So it was like, hey, you know what we should do? Josh is wrestling tonight. Let's go up to the Polish Hall in Niagara Falls, Canada, and we'll go see Josh wrestle. And we saw so many guys who are like, big deals today before they ever were on TV, anybody ever like knew who the fuck they were. So we're like, they're like I'm sitting next to this lady, and this guy comes out, And she goes, "That's my son, Sean, and this is his first match." And he gets introduced as Sean Britney Spears. And now you can tune into TNT every Wednesday night and see this dude.
Yeah.
I saw his first match sitting next to his fucking mother.
That's really cool.
On a show headlined by Eric Young. You can tune into Access TV every Thursday night and see that dude. You know, and like, it's just, there's so many guys that were on these shows that like, I can sit here like, hey, I saw that dude before he was famous.
Yeah.
So anyway, Saturday is the Rad Ops 10th anniversary show at Tudor Lounge.
Happy anniversary, boys.
I'm going to try my best to make it there.
I hope you get to go.
I do have responsibilities earlier in the day,
Yes.
so hopefully by, you know, those will end at a halfway decent time and I can get up to where's that at? Tudor, yes, at Tudor. So hopefully I'll be able to get mini disc time. Now you're dating yourself, Laura. I mean, she said cassettes, so that's older than mini discs, but still. Anyway, so this is One Way Terror. They're on that show, and this song's called Too Broke to Care on All WNY, the Think So Joe Show. One Way Terror on All WNY Think So Joe Show. I met their guitar player at an Alice Cooper show.
Yeah.
Right up front, dude was like totally into Alice Cooper. I believe he just lost his, if I'm not mistaken, his grandmother recently, and our condolences.
Yeah, that's a shame.
But I still somewhere, I don't know if it's up there or if it's somewhere in the basement right now, but I have Alice Cooper does the thing with the sword, and he's got the bills with his face on them for $1 billion babies. He's like shaking them, and dude grabbed one, and I'm like, I didn't get one. He says, "Oh, that's okay, man. I got plenty of these. Here you go."
That's cool.
And just gives it to me. So I still got it somewhere in the basement.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think I've actually spoken to him in person since. I've definitely gone out to like see him play.
Yeah.
I've definitely seen him at Tudor Lounge before. So, just like, You know, it's always like, this dude don't remember who the fuck I am. So, you know, that kind of deal. Laura was saying to play a mini disc. I never had a mini disc player.
Nor did I.
But I definitely owned mini discs because those were what we were using in the college radio station.
No shit.
Those and CDs, and I think we had I'm pretty sure we had a record player in there. And this was all before, like, you know, you could do everything digitally. So
yeah,
you know, that's how old I am. So anyway,
you're old.
how I was in college before you could, you know, legally download, get music on the internet.
That's funny.
I remember going to college and, like, you know, there was all this promotion for this new band called Linkin Park.
I remember that in high school.
And it's just like, oh, yeah, you know, check out the new single from Linkin Park called One Step Closer.
Yeah,
and I put it
that.
on, like, oh, man, this song's really good.
Yeah.
I had it on the MTV Return of the Rock compilation CD.
Yeah, I one of my friends was on a street team that had Linkin Park was represented by, and he gave us the single on cassette.
I never actually legally owned a copy of Hybrid Theory until, like, I got it on vinyl, like, a year and a half ago. And now I own 2 copies on vinyl because I got the 20th anniversary edition that came with, like, Reanimation and, like, a album full of B-sides.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's one of the many things taking up space in my box set collection over here. Tell Karina that she is really, really pretty today.
Don't
You're
lie
really
to me.
Huh?
Don't lie to me.
I'm not lying to you. I've already told you you're really pretty today.
Thank you.
I tell you every day you're really pretty when I see you.
Yeah.
Anyway, Laura's brother had a mini disc player. She's sure they were only used for about a year. Yeah, that sounds about right.
They didn't last long.
No, they did not catch on.
Yeah.
So Linkin Park Hybrid Theory on CD. Oh man, one of the greatest albums ever. Never had a CD that I liked. A lot of the songs. Yeah, I mean, it was their good CD.
Yeah, I didn't own it. I just had that cassette single.
I kind of got out of Linkin Park, like Meteora came out. I was like, this is okay. Yeah. And then, like, by the 3rd album, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Still? You guys are still here? Why?
Yeah.
And, you know, but then, like, you know, when I started collecting vinyl, I saw that, and I'm like, I got to get it. I got a good deal on it, is why I got to get it from Amazon for cheap. And then then when they were like, oh, 20th anniversary edition with Reanimation and these B-sides, and I love Reanimation.
Okay.
Linkin Park's best album, in my opinion. And it's all remixes from Hybrid Theory. So it's like, yeah, that's a no-brainer. I'm definitely pre-ordering this.
Cool.
I just pre-ordered a Motorhead box set.
That's cool.
I don't know if it's a box set, but it's like a 4-album set.
Okay.
Of, like, Motorhead's greatest hits. And there was, like, a 4-album and a 2-album. And I'm like, what the hell is this in the 4-album? Because the packaging looks really cool.
Okay.
So and then it's like, this has, like, 42 songs or 62 songs or something. And then the other one's like, this has 23 songs. I'm like, well, that's a no-brainer. I'm just going to buy the bigger one that's got more songs on it because I like Motorhead. I've only got a couple of their albums. So, seeing them live at Ozfest was the only time John got into the pit. Yeah. I don't know if I ever got in the pit at Linkin Park. I don't know if I've, other than, like, circle pits, I don't think I've ever gotten into, like, a pit at a major show.
I got into, at an Ozfest 05, I want to say, the Mudvayne pit. I was wearing this, Mom, don't listen. I was wearing a pink bikini top for some reason and jeans. And I was in the Mudvayne pit, and the bikini top did not stay in place.
I'd imagine not.
I made friends.
I bet you did. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think the last time I was in a pit at like a circle pit at a big show was Warped Tour.
Yeah.
The year before we went, before we did the broadcast, and I had been drinking and smoking all day.
Oh, that's not like you.
No. I mean, back then I was still drinking. Like, I didn't get to a point where I'm like, nah, this sucks. I don't want to do this. Like, I don't begrudge anybody else that does, but, like, it's, you know, not my thing. So, but like my whole thing, I think it was for Real Big Fish, and I'm just like, don't throw up, don't pass out, don't throw up, don't pass out, don't throw up, don't pass out. Like,
that's cute.
I survived.
Good.
Yeah. Survived. I saw Less Than Jake later on. I saw Sum 41 that day. I saw a bunch of bands that day.
Cool.
That I had already seen previously, but was like, yeah, I got to see these bands again. Just like Our Lady Peace is coming. Like, I'm like, got to go see him again. I've seen him at least twice. I think 3 times. I'm pretty sure 3 times. 30 Seconds to Mars played 2 of those shows. I was telling you this last night. And it was like, man, these guys suck. They're more like 30 Seconds to Uranus. And then somebody told me, yeah, I've seen them 4 times, 2 of the shows being the ones that I was at. And, you know, they were good 2 times, and they sucked the other 2 times. I'm like, great, I'm glad I got the 2 shitty shows. And now the joke is, like, anytime I've ever seen anybody that was in Fight Club, there's a fly. Anyway, anytime I've ever seen anybody in that was in Fight Club, it was fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Like which is Jared Leto and Ed Kowalczyk of Live. I saw Live, and
I forgot he was in that.
They were fucking awful. Yeah, he
when
played.
I saw
he
them,
played
they
a
were
waiter.
Great. They were great.
Yeah, apparently I just get the shitty shows of the Fight Club. Fight Club extras. I guess Jared Leto wasn't really an extra, but like, you know, he wasn't like a main character either. He just got his ass beat by Edward Norton. Anyway,
which would be an honor.
Sure. So I'm kind of like, I would go see Meatloaf, but I don't know if
My mom's seen Meatloaf.
I don't know if I would trust a Meatloaf concert at this point, since
Right.
he was in that movie. Anyway, do Our Lady Peace play whatever at concerts? The first
How does that one go?
You don't know this one. The first time I saw them, yes, they played it. And then the next time I saw them was after the Chris Benoit tragedy, and they had said, we're never playing this song again. It was Chris Benoit's theme song in WWE.
Why don't I know it?
Because I think it was only released on the WWE,
because I was gonna say, like, I was really into early Old Lady Peace, Our Lady Peace.
It was a song they did for WWE. It was on the WWF Fully Loaded CD, which was all like the top rock bands of the time. Okay. So like Drowning Pool and Saliva and Marilyn Manson and Limp Bizkit are all on there. Okay. And but I mean, like, the Manson and Limp Bizkit songs are like, oh, here's remixes of some of these songs, because The Undertaker at the time was coming to the ring to Rollin'.
Oh, okay.
And The Beautiful People was like the SmackDown theme song around that time. So they had a remix of that on there. I think maybe Rob Zombie was on there too, because Edge was using one of his songs.
Okay.
So did I buy those? I had that one. I also had WWF Aggression, which was the rap album that was very similar to that, except nobody like really used the songs from it for themes. Oh. But like it had like Snoop Dogg was on it, and like I think Run DMC might have been on it.
I think my little cousin used to have that CD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ice-T was on it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I definitely, but yeah, they played whatever the first time I saw them. Like, Benoit was out with an injury, so the song hadn't like actually debuted on TV yet. And so they're like, oh, we're gonna play this one for our friend Chris Benoit, and they played it. And then like the next time I saw him was after all that happened, and they're like, yeah, we're not playing that one. Never again. Nope. And rightfully so.
Yeah.
Honestly. Yeah. Like, it was a badass song. But like, yeah, we don't need to glorify any of what happened in that.
Absolutely.
In that, horrible situation. So, good for them for saying, no, we're not playing it anymore. But they're coming to Town Ballroom, and I'm like super excited. I'm like, ooh, I messaged you. I'm like, Karina, they're coming to Town Ballroom. You're like, I can't go.
I can't go. I'm taking too much. I'm taking a couple days before that off for your show.
That's right.
Or is it the day after?
I don't know.
It's that week.
I don't remember what. Yeah, it is the same week as something.
Yeah.
So
I have to really pick and choose my days now.
Yeah.
And like, I've already seen I worked on Our Lady Peace show. I'm good. I don't want to see them again and then see them suck.
Fair.
You know, because like it was so grandiose when they played at Rapids.
That's fair.
You know, and
yeah, I mean, I haven't seen a bad Our Lady Peace show.
Yeah,
I've seen bad openers for Our Lady Peace shows. But like I saw them at a college. I don't remember which one. But I saw them at a college the first time, and then I saw them at a couple of different Edge Fests. The first one, I think the first one was when they did one at the Pier, or which is now like they just call it the Outer Harbor now, but it was the Pier. And then they did one at they did the Edge Fest at no, you know what? It was the LaSalle Park Edge Fest first.
Okay. Yeah, and I think I saw them at a LaSalle Park Edge Fest too.
LaSalle Park Edge Fest first, and then the one at the Pier.
Okay.
So the LaSalle Park one was where I met my first ex-wife.
Beautiful.
And also met Saliva later in the day, and was like, "Hey guys, the last time I saw you, you were in front of 68,000 screaming wrestling fans who had no idea who the fuck you were." And they're like, "Yeah, WrestleMania, man, yeah." Like I just insulted you, cool. Opening band, don't know if you remember the band 12 Stones, vaguely.
I remember the name, but I don't remember
That's the dude that does the Wake Me Up in Evanescence's song, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken.
Know.
I
don't know.
That sounds like I feel like if I heard a song by them, like if I look up who they are, maybe it'll it is the guy. Okay. 12 Stones. Discography. Let's see if I can pick them out from it was probably, I assume, this album. Yeah, that looks familiar. Looks familiar.
Yeah.
I don't know any of those songs. I don't know. No, Crash. I'm thinking of the Cavo song Crash, so no, not that. I don't know. I'm sure if I heard them, I would be like, oh, those guys. Yeah, I remember them.
Yeah.
Maybe this. I don't know. None of their songs have Wikipedia entries, apparently. So, like,
you know, I looked something up on Wikipedia today, and they were like, please donate money to us, and if you don't, kindly don't scroll down.
What?
Yeah.
They never say that to me. Okay, here's the singles. Broken, The Way I Feel, Crash. That's from the first album. That's where I feel like I would know them. And then Far Away, Photograph, and Lie to Me. Far Away and Photograph from 2004, Lie to Me in 2007. I can't. No, I know the song Broken. Is that the one? I'm broken because I'm open and all that shit?
Maybe.
And like they did the version with fucking Amy Lee from Evanescence?
Yeah, it might be. It might be.
Is that, I think that's, maybe that's, I don't know. It was used for a theme song for WWE Judgment Day, so I doubt it. Right. I don't know. I don't know, man. That's a name I haven't heard in a long time, 12 Stones, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the first time was like 30 Seconds to Mars open, and then the next time was like Edge Fest with like Saliva and Sum 41, I think, and like a bunch of other bands that were like big at the time, and then the third time was like Our Lady Peace, and like the other bands were like Flogging Molly. Or the other Celtic punk band that we saw like a couple of weeks ago. Dropkick. It was one of the two of them.
Right.
I think it was Flogging Molly. I'm not sure. Static X was on that show. Who else? Obviously 30 Seconds to Mars I mentioned already. I don't know. There was a lot of bands on that show. But Static X was... I'm so glad I got to see Static X a couple of times before Wayne Static passed. So yeah,
I got to hang out with some members on El Nino's tour bus.
That's cool.
Yeah, not Wayne Static though. It was like the other dude.
Wayne Static, who would always come out on stage like, just want to let you know, I am not the Slim Jim guy. Just like I'm not the Wyndham Wizard. Anyway, luckily they don't have that branding anymore, so nobody was like, so there wasn't like a statuette of a guy with a beard for people to be like, hey, is that you?
Yeah.
When we were at the hotel the other day. Yeah. I would have definitely wanted to stay closer had I realized how far away it was, because we spent like $100 on Uber
That's
over the
true,
weekend.
but we were close to Henrietta Hots.
Fair enough. We got garbage plates.
We did. How did you like your garbage plate?
I enjoyed it. It was good. We were disappointed when Yellow Sauce played Rochester a few years ago.
Yes.
That we went there and it was closed, and we're like, what the fuck? Like, the sign says that they're open till like 4 a.m. It's only 11 at night. Why are they closed?
Yeah.
And then that location is now closed. They moved to where they are now, where we ordered from.
Yes.
And on our way back to the hotel from the venue, we passed the original location and the place we ended up eating, which was a place just simply called Wings. And you're like, you're from Buffalo. You ate at a wing place? Like,
yeah.
It was the only place open.
Yeah, that's the only reason I'll accept.
Like, why we wanted something completely different, but no, we were like, okay, well, we're hungry. Where do we go? And just kind of turned into this wing place, Wings over Rochester, or Wings over Henrietta, or some shit like that. And it was like, the wings were okay. They weren't bad. Like,
I mean, to be fair, as long as the chicken is fresh, it's hard to fuck up chicken wings.
Sure.
Like, I don't understand how the rest of the country does it. Well, okay, in Florida at the Wing House, they left the fucking flapper on.
Okay.
So they serve you like from here down of the chicken. And like they eat the fucking flapper part.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's gross. And yeah, the Wing House was gross, but you know how I feel about chicken wings anyway.
So I had a conversation with John a couple of weeks ago when he was filling in for you.
Yeah.
And we were talking about chicken wings. We were talking about boneless wings.
Yes.
And how, John and I both prefer boneless wings. And, there's other people like, well, you might as well be eating chicken nuggets then. And I said, well, chicken nuggets are breaded and these are cooked like chicken wings. You have informed me I am incorrect.
No, at Brando's, at least, it is a breaded piece of chicken breast. Yeah, John said something. Yeah, it's breaded and seasoned. I would say that a boneless wing is neither a chicken finger, nor a chicken nugget, nor a chicken wing.
Okay.
It is its own thing.
But if you eat a boneless wing, like, say, from Leo's.
Okay.
Because we've ordered boneless wings from, I didn't think they were breaded. It didn't seem to me like they were breaded. They tasted and ate just like a regular chicken wing.
I mean, maybe it's not breaded, but it's battered in some way.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah,
so I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about my argument saying that it's just like a regular chicken wing, but it is definitely not a chicken nugget. Would you agree with that?
A chicken nugget is processed. I believe the boneless are just chunks of breast meat.
I feel like next week we're going to order some boneless wings from Leo's and some chicken McNuggets.
Right.
And just be like, okay, these are boneless.
Yeah.
These are chicken McNuggets.
Yeah. See, the chicken McNuggets, they come out as a paste that gets battered, I believe.
One day I will count the words, the amount of words John said on the Karina show. Yeah, he didn't say much. I'm just like, John, give me more. Talk. Like, expound upon your answers. Like, give me more than one word. Like, I love you, brother, but talk. And he, he told me in between, he says, man, I'm a little nervous. I'm like, dude, ignore the cameras, ignore the lights, ignore the mics. We're having a conversation.
Yeah.
There's other people listening in on our conversation, and they're able to add to the conversation, but it's just pretend they're here.
Yeah.
Like, don't just ignore the camera, ignore the lights, ignore ignore the fact that this is a podcasting setup, and just, we're having a conversation. We're hanging out. It's two of us just chilling, hanging out, so.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll have to invest. We'll have to get some boneless wings. We'll cut them open. We'll see if we can figure out where they're breaded and how they're different from regular wings. How's that sound?
I mean, it sounds great, but it's pretty obvious that they're different from regular wings and that there's no fucking bones.
Well, obviously.
I think it's a different part of the chicken too. It's not the wings. It's white meat.
I meant the prepreparation of it.
Okay.
So I don't know. I mean, you would know better than me. I'm not
better than you in this one.
I'm not saying that you don't know what you're talking about. I'm saying, like,
you just need proof.
I need proof.
Okay, well, you can get some proof and then you can fuck yourself.
Jeez. Anyway, you're picking up my vibes.
Yep.
Anyways, yeah. So yeah, maybe that's
I don't want any chicken nuggets though. I'm good on that.
That's an excuse for me to get chicken wings and chicken nuggets.
Yeah. We're having chili tonight. We had chili earlier.
We've already had chili.
Oh, well, maybe I'll make something else then.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm making cookies.
I bought some chicken strips, like they're cut up.
Yeah,
like
chicken
breast.
tenders.
And no, strips, like cut up chicken breast.
It's like what chicken tenders are before you bread them.
Okay, sure.
Yes.
So I got those and like some peppers, like a mix of peppers and like a fajita mix, and just fried those up on the stove and threw them in a little tortilla shell. So I had nice wraps for dinner last week.
Great.
And then like I also had all these like egg noodles you made, and I'm like I gotta eat these too. So I like just kind of mixed everything. Like,
good idea.
let me eat these in this, and so had some good food.
Yeah, that's good.
So I'm not as much as I know that's carbs. No spaghetti, carbs. Trying to avoid that. Anyway, Dan Twist told me they made like the zucchini spaghetti, like where you shred it into like the spaghetti shape.
Do you mean spaghetti squash?
Maybe, or maybe I mean zucchini.
This is a new idea to me, but
there's machines. You take a zucchini, you put it in the machine, and it like carves the zucchini into like little strands like spaghetti, and then you just prepare it like you would spaghetti.
That's cool. That sounds really good.
And he said it was not bad. So
yeah, I really like spaghetti squash. I was gonna try and get some spaghetti squash and sneak it to you and make you think it was spaghetti. And you would be like, this is so tasty for spaghetti, yum num num. And I'd be like, fooled you, this is healthy.
Laura says, bring back Dan Twist. Dan Twist will be with the Living Brain Dead on October 9th at Tudor Lounge, the All WNY Punk Show.
Yeah.
With, now I got to think about it, Skulking Ghosts.
Yeah.
Johnny Revolting and the Living Brain Dead, and one more to be announced because unfortunately Lucky 33 is unable to play.
That really sucks. They're so good.
So we will find something.
We have plenty
good
of punk
to,
friends that play in bands that
we'll definitely fill that space with somebody good. So but yeah, looking forward to that. I got a nice little surprise for everybody for my onstage stuff. So
yes.
Which should be here Monday.
Great.
So like I went to order like a proper thing, and it was like, yeah, you want to pay us $70. I'm like, no, the fuck I don't. My wife fooled me. I hated rice. She made me rice. I thought I would hate it, and I destroyed it. Okay. I don't like rice. So anyway,
I'm just now getting into some kinds of rice.
Well, anyway, this Saturday at Tudor Lounge.
Yes.
You can see the Rad Ops 10th anniversary show.
I can't believe I have to miss it.
With One Way Terror, who we played earlier, Houston and the Dirty Rats, and Dick Biscuit.
It sounds delicious, doesn't it? I want a Dick Biscuit.
Maybe later. Anyway, so $7, 21 up with 21 plus with ID. No punk time. Music starts at 8 p.m. this Saturday. This is Rad Ops. This song's called No Chorus on All WNY ThinkSoJoE Show. We'll see you next week.
Bob Saget.
Sorry, wrong button.
For smoking weed, probably till you're dead. And yet these murderers will walk the street, save God all the bread. In this litigation nation, all the presidents are set by lawyers who see only green and makes your panties wet. Maybe you should just obey that it's the law of the land. To wake up, live life every day in the world's biggest scam. This is not the chorus, as you are forsaken. The ones who are to blame are the ones who are the bad guys. equality and fairness become foreign concepts. The ones who shelter all the green are the ones who make the call. I saw your daughter's boob job and she fucked me at the mall. She cried home to daddy, yeah, something must be done. Hey man, why don't you back